Hello everyone, this is Alberto Corona with Modus Health, and today we're going to be going over the new Modus RE app, which is set to replace the current StepWatch 4 RE app. On the main menu, we can select from 4 different options. We can connect a stepwatch, we can view the reports of a stepwatch, we can preview a stepwatch, which is brand new to this app, and we can configure settings on the app. We're going to start with connecting a stepwatch. We can either select from this right-hand side or outline. We're going to select the stepwatch. We are going to create a new profile, but we can also select from an existing profile or create an anonymous profile. We're going to name it YT for YouTube. Its friendly name is going to be testing. And then we can set up the stride length as well as add a participation note. We're going to hit create, and now we can see that all the information of the stepwatch. We can see its serial number, we can see the step count, we can see the start date if there is one, and then we can see the current mode that it is in. You can see that it's in idle mode, and then you can also change different modes, which isn't normally used, but you can change it with the help of tech support. We can also see the different setups. We can select from a previous setup if the stepwatch has been used previously. We can use the quick setup, classic setup, which was used in stepwatch 3, for sprinters, which is if the participant sprints or runs at least twice a week, and advanced features, which should only be used with the help of Modus tech support. We are going to do a quick setup. I'm going to set my height, and then we can either verify steps or skip it. And then we can set up a new project ID or no project ID, add a session note. We can also change the time zone and have a start date which has to be at least 24 hours into the future. So we're going to hit done. And now we can see that our stepwatch is recording. So we're going to go ahead and exit to conserve battery. And now we can preview the same stepwatch that we just connected. We can see its battery percentage, the stepwatch ID, the participant ID. We can see the total amount of steps that it's recorded, the runtime, its sensitivity and cadence, and the threshold. We're going to exit now, and we're going to go back and connect the stepwatch once again. And now we are actually going to read the stepwatch, and this is going to read any data that is recorded on the stepwatch. We can actually continue recording, which is brand new to this app. So we're actually going to hit yes, and then we're going to exit again. And now we can look at the reports. So we're going to find the profile that we set up. And here we can see that there's 32 steps recorded. We can click on a specific time and see that they were all recorded around noon, which is the time that this is being recorded. We can go ahead and download, and then we can download, depending on the bin that you would like. Most people use the metric file for statistics. The 1 minute bin is usually only used for extra information if people want to know the time that steps were taking per day. So we're actually just going to download the metric file. We're going to hit yes, and this is going to open up this section file. And then if we click on this profile, we can see all the information, the amount of steps, and stride length, the maximum peak performance index. And then if we go to the 1 minute bin, here we would see the number of steps taken every minute of every hour. So if we scrolled all the way down to round 11, we can see the exact time and how many steps were taken at that time. So we're going to go back to the app. We're going to connect the stepwatch one last time. And then we are going to read the stopwatch again. we are going to add to the current session, which will need to be re-downloaded as it will create a new file. We're not going to continue recording, and we are going to set the stopwatch in storage mode, which will turn off the stopwatch and will need to be reconnected to the charger in order to turn on again. So we'll hit yes. And now we can see on the reports that our stopwatch has added the total steps, which has increased from, I believe, was around 48 to now 64. We're going to go back. Now we're going to go into settings and show you the settings. So we can update the current settings. We can change the low to medium cadence threshold as well as the medium to high threshold. This will change any settings that are currently set, so it is not advised to use mid-study as it can mess with the consistency of data. We can also update a site ID if we'd like. We can send our app diagnostics either through email or download, which if we set up email, we can fill out a form. This should be used if you are having issues with the app and you're noticing any crashes. You can also import data as well as export data. For example, we can filter through project IDs or just export a .json file. We can just open it, and now we have the .json file which we can use to import data. Lastly, if you reset the app, please note that this deletes all data from the app and puts everything back in default settings. We hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.